Hey, welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. We are back with another episode recap of Survivor Season 40, Winners at War, where all previous winners of Survivor are battling it out for a $2 million prize. Big thank you for watching this live or on the replay. We are live on YouTube and Periscope right now. I do go live on Periscope every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day as a full-time live streamer. And big shout outs to all these amazing people who have supported this channel over the last 30 days. I know it's kind of a crazy time in the world right now, so it's just means the world to me, every single person that kind of goes out of their way to keep this channel going and values what we do here. So there's a lot of other stuff I broadcast about, but right now we're going to talk about last night's episode of Survivor. I guess it's after midnight, so technically it was like 2 days ago, but whatever, okay? I was a little hungover today. I might have drank an entire bottle of wine last night, so I need to take a little nap before this, and now it's after midnight, and whatever, here we go. The anticipation's too much to take. Hey, Alex. Oh, Jared, you're actually second comment of the broadcast. Where beaver? What does that mean, Andy? This makes me want a glass of juice. Probably wouldn't hurt. I don't have any juice, but I do have water. I have been drinking a lot of water today. Happy hangover day. How are you, Jared? It's literally after midnight. The name of the wine we drank last night was Midnight. So that's perfect. Thank you for saying that, Ed. It's 11 over here, so it still counts. It still counts for them. I'm on the East Coast. Everybody else on the other side of America is all before midnight. How do I remember all these people? I have a good memory, I guess. Is there a next juice beverage? There's not. I actually did reach out to some private label juice companies to see if they wanted to actually make a juice for it. So when we use the term juice, it's like that juicy energy. It's positive vibes, positive energy that this whole community has. Because we do so many different topics here, from investing to ASMR to games to Survivor episode recaps. And I'll probably start doing Big Brother in the summer. It's like, what is this channel about, right? And it's like, well, we always infuse positivity and try to give like a jolt of positivity every day for people who maybe aren't feeling super positive, or maybe you are and you just want a little more positivity, because there's plenty of negative stuff that's going to happen and out there already. And when we can create positive spaces for people to connect and unwind and kind of refill their positivity tanks, I think that's a really awesome thing. I think it's actually really powerful, and I do believe in what we're doing here with my whole heart, my whole life. 6:22 in Hawaii, yes. Wait, 6:22, did they not do daylight savings? I thought they were usually 5 hours behind us. Is it 6? Maybe it's 6. Maybe you're right, Matthew. You probably are right. Am I locked down? Yeah, I am, Alan. Yep. But I've, like Jared just said, my work remained unaffected and maybe even gained due to the virus. It hasn't seemed to gain necessarily, but it seems to be sustaining okay, where I already worked from home. I'm a full-time live streamer, so I do some travel broadcasts, so I haven't really been doing that, obviously, but most of the other broadcasts that I do have been completely unaffected. I've still been going live 3 hours a day, every day, and I take all my classes online as well. So for me, life actually hasn't changed a whole lot. So I'm very blessed, very fortunate, super grateful. My heart goes out to the over 3 million people that have filed for unemployment. If you haven't heard, definitely check out the stimulus bill. It's going to be voted on tomorrow morning in the House. I know this is not related to Survivor, but like I said, we don't always stay inside our box. So check it out. Make sure once it passes, check out the new guidelines for unemployment, because you may actually qualify for unemployment if you didn't previously. Obviously, if you lost your job, you already know that you qualify for it, but it now has been expanded to include people who were furloughed and freelancers, and I want to say there might have been a third addition to that, and the amount of unemployment has been increased. I think it was by $600 per week for the next 4 months. This is kind of off the top of my head. I don't have the article in front of me. I wasn't trying to do a current events broadcast, so I'm not 100% sure on everything that I just said, but that's the gist of it when I was reading the report earlier today. So get out there and get filed for unemployment if you qualify, if you need it, if you need the help. Positivity. Yeah, see, Hizo knows. Hizo, we're in the same camp now. Like, literally, like, we're on the same island now together. Unfortunately, after last night, which is so sad. You're hunkering down, Jared. Yeah, how are you guys all doing? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Where are you at? It's only after midnight in one time zone. Well, I mean, and everywhere to the east of here as well, right? Should do a Curb Your Enthusiasm recap. I don't watch that show. I actually don't even know what that show is. I see next juice as being pineapple juice. That positivity stuff sounds good though. I mean, maybe Sonam can give us some top shelf pineapples to make our next juice, and we can make like a baby of our two brands. That'd be amazing. We will all survive this. Yepers, righto, then that is great optimism, Cameron. We're all gonna die one day, right? We already know that. We know the human condition. So to remain positive and say we're gonna get through this best way that we can, and that actually can make you feel healthier and immune, you know, not that you would be immune, but that you can feel healthier. You can boost your immune system, I should say, when you have a positive mindset, which is really amazing science that I think a lot of people aren't even aware of. I'm actually reading a book right now called The Happiness Advantage. That's another thing I do. I do book reviews, and we do meditations, which probably I should do soon because we could probably use that. I haven't done ASMR in a while, so I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Do you want ASMR tonight? I don't know if my ASMR audience is still around like it used to be because I kind of stopped doing it, so I haven't been doing it as much. I don't know if people still want that, if they would rather just talk like, you know, normal voice kind of stuff, or do you want the whispering, tapping, calming kind of energy? I feel like that could help some people. If you guys want it, just let me know. I'm here for you, right? We're all in this together. 6 with daily savings. Oh, okay, good to hear. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Tracy. Alan, I'm from upstate New York, but I live near Philly now. Chip, thank you, Chip, for recently becoming a monthly supporter of the channel. I think your name just went by there at the top of the 10s. Tracy is another Survivor fan, so we're going to get into it in just a second. Thank you, 83. Except for the worry of family members getting sick, I've gained in several ways. I'm very lucky. Yeah, it passed the Senate, but it hasn't been voted on in the House yet. They said it should be a large majority vote, yes. I mean, it passed unanimously in the Senate, so it was like 90, what is it? Why isn't there 100 people in the Senate? Now I'm confused. It was like 92 to, oh, maybe some of the senators didn't vote on it or something. It was like 90 something to 0. So it was unanimous passing in the Senate. Thank you, Jared, for the super hearts. Thank you so much. Good information. Yeah, definitely. Most of those people don't qualify for unemployment. Most of what people? I still think Sophie is playing the best game. Rob did great finding those fire tokens. I know, that was crazy. And he did such a good acting job pretending like he didn't, you know? Hey, Chloe. Eunice, hi! People who have never worked will get unemployment more than people who are working. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so how much do they currently receive per week? Now they're getting an additional, am I doing the math right? $2,400 per month? I mean, that might be more than I make in my business this year, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Some of the Republicans wanted to put caps on the unemployment. I don't think they got that included in the bill, though. You're in bed with Tim. I am jealous of Tim right now. Hi, Iori. How are you? How's everybody doing? Oh my god, block me. I'm not going to block you. I'm going to love you. I have been remaining calm. My new mantra has been keep being persistent and be calm. I thought that for a second that said keep being president. Keep being president and remain calm. Like, wait, you're the president? Oh my god, Trump, is that you? Every morning and every night. I like that, Alex. Yeah, so you can write down like a little mantra, a little positive thing, your goals, your visions for the future, kind of keeping yourself future-minded, you know, staying hopeful, staying optimistic. You can write something down and you can look at it every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. That's a proven practice that really helps a lot of people. And in the middle of the day, and every other hour. Pineapple juice makes you poop. Well, maybe that's good. Pooping can be good for you, right? Hi, Midnight. You do good ASMR either way. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Matthew said not tonight. A mil is still not much money. A mil? What do you mean a mil? The stimulus package wasn't it $2 trillion? I don't want to say the wrong number here, but I feel like it was 2 trillion. It wasn't 2 billion, was it? I don't remember now. Jared, thank you for the super hearts. Google it. The news is out there. Especially tonight would be helpful. Okay, Chloe. All right, awesome. Yeah, well, then I can definitely do that. You're in Australia, Cameron? I think I remember that, yeah. We're in quarantine. Why the fuck do we want to whisper? Some people find it very relaxing, and if you're having trouble sleeping, it can be good. 92. Okay, thank you. 4 senators are at home because of coronavirus. Got it. And I know the House, so the thing with the House is that they're hoping to do a talking vote, which basically is like based on the sound of the votes rather than because if they do a full written vote, they have to pull people to Washington D.C. who aren't currently there, people in the House of Representatives, and some of them are dealing with coronavirus or have been exposed, so they're hoping that they can just do it'll be mostly unanimous, and I don't know why I'm saying unanimous like that. I think I've lived in New Jersey for too long, that they'll be able to just pass it without a lot of debate and a lot of delay, you know. Hey, Fro, thanks for inviting. How are you, my friend? Australia getting bad too. I'm lucky I never need to work. That is lucky. Yeah. I love that you guys are focusing on how lucky you are. That's really, really powerful for your mindset to be optimistic and to be lucky. It's like that law of attraction, right? So whatever you look for, that's what you're going to find, because there's a lot of crap out in the world and there's a lot of great stuff out in the world. Whatever you search for, that's what you're going to find, because your brain is like this really powerful filter, you know? So the things that you filter out basically cease to exist to your mind. You crashed your phone from Super Hearts? Well, thank you. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm not married, but I'm in a serious relationship. 2 trillion, I nailed it. Thank you. Makes sense. A mil is good. 2.2 trillion. Thank you, Matthew. You think it'll pass in the House? I do, Dave. Yeah, I do. I don't think any representatives want to be viewed as like someone who slowed down or stopped this package from happening, right? Because some people are arguing that this should have been done a week ago or even maybe before that, and that this is delayed. Because what I read was that we would get the checks, because it's supposed to be like every adult American is getting like a $1,200 check, and that you would, and plus $500 for each child based on your income. So if you make over a certain amount of money, like $95,000 or something like that per year, you don't get as an independent, or I'm sorry, as a single person, then you won't get anything. And it's like 198,000 or something as a married couple. You don't get anything. But if you're below that amount, then you'll get the check. And if you haven't filed taxes for 2019 for this tax season, then it would be based on your 2018 taxes, but it could be about 3 weeks before you get that check. So, and then that's if you have a direct deposit set up with the IRS. And if you don't, then it would be potentially several more weeks to get the checks by mail. So, you know, you don't want to be like the guy that holds that up. I wouldn't think. Why all the donations over at the left of the screen, nextjuice.com? Why? Because I want these people to be recognized for making this channel possible. And this is my way of like just constantly being like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. It's like, instead of having like a commercial where like there's like brand sponsors, these are the viewers and individuals who support and make this channel possible. So instead of having ads, we just have like shout outs to them on the side. It's like the smallest little thing I can do to say thank you, you know, a little recognition. Australia's on lockdown, yep. $1 trillion, and then you do the Dr. Evil. $1 trillion! I'd kind of love to see Ethan get it. He's been through so much. So far, I think Sophie, though. Yeah, I don't think that Ethan is getting there, but I really loved both Parvati and Boston Rob in last night's episode, and I hadn't really, like, loved their gameplay up until then. It's like Edge of Extinction is, like, their style of Survivor. Like, that's where they belong, you know? Like, I just love that. 99,000 and higher, you get nothing. Thank you, Pizza, for the correction. After 75,000, that 1,200 goes down to a lower amount. Okay, good. Good, not good necessarily, but good to know. Good to know. I keep wrecking my phone. What's happening? What are you doing to it? It's the flow of the next juice. Millions of people won't qualify to get the $1,200 check. So we have, 300 million people in America, so that's still a somewhat small percentage, right? Head of household, under 112,000, yeah. Okay, I'm dry. With super hearts, thank you. Sandra was like, I'm out. I know, right? Keep spamming super duper hearts. Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for encouraging that, Jared. I love you so much. Should we talk about Survivor? Because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. We've been live for 15 minutes and we've barely touched on it. Thankfully, Tracy is keeping us focused. So this was episode 7 called We're in the Majors. And right in the very beginning, you see Sandra over on the edge of extinction talking about how, listen, guys, I did my best. She also was talking about how so you can watch my recap from last week from episode 6 when Sandra got voted out because of Denise using her idol. I actually stand by what I said about Denise making a bad play. Not only I think it was a bad play for a lot of reasons, but Tony brought up a really great point, which is that Denise just put a pretty large target on her back, and I feel like it's pretty, and I actually did talk about that last week, but it's early, right? It's early to do that. It's not even the merge yet, so. And I don't feel like she has really strong alliances with anyone, and I feel like Sandra could have been a really great alliance for her. Sandra has been pretty loyal in her previous games of Survivor, especially early on when that was like more of the vibe of the Survivor game. So I still think that Denise didn't play that right. I don't think Denise will win, probably because of that move. Her chances would have been better if she had stayed with Sandra, in my opinion. But it is what it is, what it is. Sandra got voted out, went to the edge of extinction, and just basically said, guys, come on. You know that I'm not going to win the challenge to get back into the game. I'm not going to sit here and starve and climb up to the mountain to get this little bit of rice and get bit by rats at night and be cold all day and all night and just be miserable. I've done everything I can do in this game, and in my career as Survivor, I don't have anything left to prove. I've already won twice. I've already gotten my $2 million from this game. I did my best. It blew up in my face. I went hard and I went home, and I'm just going to pull up the flag. And I think that was actually a legit choice, you know. It is like, you would like to see someone at least try, but Sandra knows, like, she's not a strong swimmer. She's not very physically strong to, like, lift things. She doesn't have massive endurance. Like, I don't think Sandra has ever won an immunity challenge all the times that she's played Survivor in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong. So she was like, what are the chances this is going to be the challenge that I win? You know, I'm older than I've ever been playing this game. Like, I haven't been training. I'm not an athlete. This isn't gonna happen. And so for me to just basically torture myself over the next few weeks when I can be home in my warm bed with my family, I'm just gonna do that. So she raised the flag, she quit the game, and she's the first person to actually this season leave the game of Survivor. So even though we've had people be voted out, they're on the edge of extinction, and one of them can win their way back into the game. That's as far as we know. Who knows? Maybe we'll have two people come back in. What do we know, really? What's gonna go on? But we know Sandra's not coming back because she officially left the island and went home. Privyet! Hey, Lubbock, Texas Tech University. Hey there, Samson. I've seen you before. Good to see you again. I did apply to be on Survivor maybe a couple months ago as a dare. So every time I get to $100 on the website, nextjuice.com, or if I get 100,000 super hearts in one day, this is, for one day for both of those things, then I do a dare. So I can do up to 2 dares a day, and one of the dares was apply to be on Survivor. So I made an audition video live, and I sent it in. It felt kind of silly because I'm like not a prime candidate for Survivor. I weigh like 104 pounds. I'm 5'1". I mean, I don't really know who's going to want me on their tribe. I would probably be voted out pretty quickly, but it would be a life experience that, you know, you can't really trade for the world. So I would, if they wanted me on, I would go. I'm not the most confident person in my ability to win the game of Survivor, but I would love to try. Sandra sounds like a loser. Well, Sandra is the only person in the history of Survivor who has ever won Survivor twice. So she's the only person who actually went and played and won 2 times. So that's pretty impressive in my opinion. Oh, thank you. Spasiba, Loki. How's she hanging on then? And the queen stays queen. That's what she said. She's like, I'm the queen. I'm still the queen. Queen stays queen. It depends now, right? Because who's going to win this season is now going to tie her title of having won Survivor twice, because everyone here has won before. I'm hoping it's a female still, because that is, the stats are 24 men have won and 14 women have won, and it was Sandra twice. So it's kind of like, well, actually, no, I guess 14 women. Yeah, so Sandra won twice, so 15 times a woman won. So the stats are kind of skewed. I'd like to see another woman win in terms of, like, just representing for, like, powerful, strong women. I was raised by a single mom, so I definitely, you know, I have that energy. Like, I'm not anti-man by any means. I'm not like, oh, screw the men. Like, no, we need both, right? But, you know, you guys already won 24 times, so let us have one. Let us have another one, right, ladies? I'm a survivor, I'm gonna... Wait, what? I don't even know what the words are. I'm not gonna give up, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna work harder. Something like that. First season... Wait, first season... Oh, you remember the first Survivor? Yeah. Richard Hatch? Is that his name? Something Hatch. Hey, Redondo Beach, how's it going, Bob? We're all survivors. Alex, I love that. Yeah, who plays piano? I used to when I was a kid. I got this keyboard for free on my 19th birthday, I think it was, and I never really play it anymore. I played it a couple times on Periscope, but I really don't remember how to play. My boyfriend actually plays it more than I do, and one of his sons as well. I just have Survivor on the brain. I love it. Let's talk about it. Spam her with super hearts, you cowards! You cowards! Well, thank you. Oh my god, 12,000 super hearts, Jared. Okay, so combined with the 22,000 earlier, that brings us to, what did I say, 12? 12 plus 22, 34,000 super hearts. So if I get 66,000 more super hearts, I have to do a dare. And we've gotten to $20 on the website today. So if we get $80 more, I'll have to do a dare. You know, and you can send as little as $5. And we'll see if we get to any dares today. Hey, Jessica. I love and miss you too. I saw that you went live earlier today, right? I totally didn't go in though because I had just kind of woken up with a really bad hangover. And I was like, oh my God, Jessica, I love you so much. What was your title though? It was something funny, wasn't it? I don't remember now. How much for a double dog dare? Listen, the dares are bad enough, right? I got a dare. I have 2 dares upstairs that came from Amazon yesterday. I got the robe, and they want me to wear the robe to the gym, and the gym is closed, thank God. It's a horrible reason the gym is closed, but like, dude, I do not want to wear that robe to the gym. It's very soft, and I'm going to be sweating like something in church. All right, so we got the robe up there, and we also have California Reaper peppers upstairs, which I have to lick one of them, just like we did with the ghost peppers. However, I am a little hungover today, so I'm not going to do that today, but I'll probably do it this weekend. Yes, Taylor Moon. Oh my God, I haven't done Taylor Moon in so long. Do I still have that? We are so off track about Survivor. We haven't even barely started to talk about Survivor right now, but now I'm like, does this thing still work? Do I even have it? I don't even see it. I feel like I don't even have it anymore. Why not? What happened to it? I should probably search this another time. I'm so curious though. Here, search. It's loading. So you got the keyboard last year? 10 years ago now. I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 this year. That's sexist to hope it's a woman. How? Love that attitude. We need each other's asses. Wait, what are we talking about right now? Can you win every immunity challenge and still get kicked off? Yes. So the way that you win in the end is that the jury has to vote for you. So the last 10 or so people that get voted off towards the end, those last 10 people that get voted off, it's part of the game. So you vote people off throughout the game, and then you have to get those same people that you played a part in voting off of the island, you are voting out of the game. They then get to decide who wins the $1 million. So you get the final 3 people, and they basically present their case and why they think they should win to the jury. And those jury members then ask them questions, any questions that they want, and then they all vote for who they want to win. So up until that point, you vote for who you want out of the game. At the end, you vote for who you want to win the game, who wins the $1 million, and whoever gets the most votes wins the $1 million. So you have to vote them out while keeping them on your side, they still want you to win even though you voted them out. It's tricky. Nuance. You'd like to see a trans woman win. Have there been any transgender individuals on Survivor? I don't know. She did it on her own though, without a season of all winners. That's true, yeah. I mean, your odds are pretty high. That's true. Like if there were newbies, they do usually get the previous winners and previous players out pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't have that software on my computer anymore. That's weird. I don't know what happened to it. Okay. Boa noite. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. I think you could make it until the end. Well, thank you, Fro. They definitely wouldn't see me as a big threat. Hayden has an important message, but I feel like I already know what his message is. I don't even think he's in here anymore, but I'm pretty sure his message is probably that he has to poop. Television ads, 10 pounds? Wait, what? I thought you were 6'5". No, I'm not. At the end, you don't get vote off. Correct. Hi, Derek. It feels like life has just stopped all of the sudden. It's hitting hard. Really, Frankie? What can you do to feel it? So what stopped for you? Like what specifically? When you say life has stopped, what's changed for you personally? Let's try not to get into this global chaos, mindset. That can be very overwhelming to think. I felt this a few days ago. I'm not judging you. The other day I really felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm like, how can I help the world? How can I make everyone feel and be okay? And that was really, I had a whole day of just being feeling a little bit helpless. So if that's how you're feeling, I totally get it, but what's in our control? What can we do when we remove ourselves from this external locus of control, which means we're just a victim of the world, right? Luck of the gamble, and we have no real control over anything. That actually is linked to depression. Whereas when we think that what do we have control, when we feel powerful and we have control over certain important things, when we have an internal locus of control, that's actually linked to increased and better outcomes for mental health. I need to stop eating for the rest of my life so I can be as gorgeous, as beautiful as you. You know what I do, Jessica? I just don't eat after dinner. That's my thing lately. I just eat whatever the heck I want throughout the day, although I don't usually wake up until kind of late. So I usually just eat like lunch and dinner. I usually eat breakfast though. I usually eat breakfast and then like a lunchy type dinner sometimes and like treats. But then after dinner, no more. I'll have like a little treat after a little dessert, like a little candy or fruit snacks or something. And then the rest of the night, I do not eat all through the night, and I usually feel hungry almost every night when I go to bed. If you feel hungry, that means that your body is eating itself, because it's like, hey, I'm hungry, let's get some food. And you're like, no food for you. You have fat, you eat the fat. That's what it's for. It's a storage of energy. Eat the stinking fat. And then the body's like, okay, geez, why so aggressive? And then it eats itself, and you're like, yeah, that's worked for me. I'm down to about 20% body fat now. That's not good for your shoulders. Oh, The Weight of the World. Yeah, no, not really. Atlas Shrugged. Remember that book? Got my friggin' YouTube channel shut down for a while there. I just realized that what is this? I just realized I like closed my, okay, here we go. You don't win this year. Okay, Derek, I might win my way back in through the challenge. You don't know. You don't know the future, my friend. I'm 104 pounds, yes. Hi, Matt. How are you? Thanks for inviting. Great time to drink, no work tomorrow. Trollestein, I drank an entire bottle of wine last night, so again, no judgment here. Jess would like to be called Princess Jess. I think she's pushing it. Okay, Princess Jess, I love this. But it's really for the corona. Oh, the pool, yeah. The pool was closed for maintenance, aka coronavirus. Yeah, right. Who gets to pick the dare? Well, so you can submit dares during any broadcast, and I put them on my dare list, and then we do like a random number generator, and it randomly picks one of the dares on our list. So there's like 35 dares to choose from or something. Because I've found that people in the moment don't always come up with the best dares, and trying to pick who's going to pick the dares, like, it's just, I think like once or twice someone has sent $100 themselves and really wanted to do the dare, so I kind of like heard them out, and I think I did do it, I think just once. It might have been twice that I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do that dare that you want. It was already on the list and everything, but typically it's just random out of our list. But you can submit dares to put on the list, and that's cool too, because people who don't have any money, basically, like people who don't have money to support the channel, they can still submit dare ideas and still see their dare eventually happen on the channel too, which is kind of fun, because, you know, a lot of what we do on the channel is for people who aren't necessarily doing great financially. Hee. I saw one of your dares when you were in clown makeup. That was fun. I wore clown makeup to Walmart, and it was like right around Christmas time. I made friends with those people in the line behind me. Dude, when you do something weird like that, you're so much more interesting of a person. Like, normally you're just walking around Walmart like some normal person. Nobody cares. Nobody even sees you. Like, you fade into the background. You wear clown makeup, some people are afraid of you. Some people don't really like clowns, like the security person who was like, you go. And some people look at you like, what is this? What's going on? I'm also live streaming. It's more interesting, right? It's like, I saw a clown at Walmart today. It was very odd, you know, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. It was fun, though. Good night, sweet angels. Going to sleep. Got more injections in my spine at 7 a.m. and I'm trying to chill. I get anxious before I go in. Okay, yeah, definitely. I might do ASMR tonight. I don't know if you like ASMR, but if you do, I'll probably do some tonight if you're still awake and having trouble sleeping. I love you so much, Princess Jess. You know Tony wins. Tony is not going to win. I think Jess is drunk. She's being extra nice tonight. Ed, we're all in this together. Don't you know we put trolling on the back burner for the next month or so, and then we will be back. I want you to squeeze me too. I want to be squeezed. Can I squeeze you too? Is this inappropriate? It just feels like doing the normal things stopped, and I feel confined in a way. Are you able to go outside, Frankie? Getting out in nature is really, really helpful for mental health as well. So, you know, as far as I know, experts are still saying it's okay to like get outside and go for a walk, get out in nature. Just don't like be on top of anybody. Derek, will you hush? I had Yule, okay? Has there been anyone on Survivor more than 3 times? Yeah, Boston Rob has been on more than any other player in the history of Survivor. No, not drunk. Just need love and trying not to be stressed. We just love her, Ed. We just give her some love. Can we please group hug her? A socially distant group hug. Anybody but Boston Rob. I liked Boston Rob in last night's episode. And Parvati, too. Maybe they thought you were an Insane Clown Posse fan at the store. Yeah, what do they call those people? People were saying that in the chat. Be right back. Snack attack. We're not supposed to eat snacks, Jamie. We're just talking about this. I dare me to walk around in Walmart with a bikini. You dare yourself to do that, Matt? Do it. Yep, memories. Yep. Thanks for inviting, Jamie. Okay. I think I got it all. Boston Rob is the best. Matt really wants Boston Rob to win. Big group 6-foot social distance hug. He said hi. He's hi. Don't mind him. I dare you to hit the gym once in a while. I hit the gym just about every single day when it's open. It's closed now. One of the dares that I already pulled that I have to do when it opens again is go to the gym in my robe. I already went to the gym once in rain boots, jeans, a sweater, and hair curlers, like old school hair curlers. And nobody seemed to think it was weird because I'm like the weird girl at the gym that's always live, and people are just like, yeah, that's just her. We just try not to make eye contact. She minds her own business. We try to mind our own business. We don't know if she's okay. We pray for her. And we just keep our heads down. And then I also did another dare at the gym where I had to sing karaoke, which resulted in a strange 15-year-old boy coming and standing right next to my treadmill and talking to me for 30 minutes while I walked. Also odd. Who's not high? I dare you to stop plugging nextjuice.com. That's a lame dare. That's not going to happen. I think we should just do meetups and provide group hugs to anyone that needs them. Not now, not until after. And then we can do that. That sounds good to me. I better not get groped. I'm looking at you, Bobby McNasty. Rob is a role model. I'd marry Amber too. Can you go to a different gym location? Oh, I don't need to. I have no shame in my game. I have younger siblings and family that's older. With this new virus, I feel in between. Yeah, that's okay. So, Frankie, can you get outside? I don't know if you heard my question, or maybe I missed your answer. Hugs in the future. Yes, we will save the hugs for the future. We want to go to the Keys. Maybe you could go to the Keys with us. That'd be fun. You're already halfway there, more than half there. I dare you to stop posting racist stuff on Twitter. I just can't help myself. I'm just so racist. You know that's going to be used as a sound clip by the one troll that's so obsessed with me. So cute, a little cutie. Yeah, no, I don't post racist stuff on Twitter, so. All right. I can go outside, but we are in a lockdown. You can still go outside, Frankie. You can go outside. You just can't, like, be, like, mainly, especially indoors where people are sharing the same air and space, but also, like, you're not touching stuff when you're going for a walk outside, right? So you're not, like, putting your hands on the ground where people may have coughed or sneezed and then touching your face. Hopefully. Don't do that. Okay, avoid that at all costs. Thank you, Midnight. I second that and then mute. You second him and then mute him. The way things are going, I'll never be allowed in your country again. Derek, you already weren't allowed, okay? That weird thing that you did in Anaheim, we don't want to talk about it, when you brought Sexy back? Yeah, you're not allowed back in the country. That wasn't the answer I was looking for. Just kidding. You have to be like, no, you can't have my air. My air, oh, what? YouTube. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now, too. YouTube and Periscope. Okay, so we talked about how Sandra quit. That was step one. Next part, we start to see Michelle and Wendell and really the whole Celia tribe. So Michelle, well, okay, we didn't, not the whole tribe really so much. Now is really Michelle and Wendell, who used to date, and they were having some tension. We're talking about Survivor again here. And Michelle mentioned that she gave Wendell one of her fire tokens from Parvati as like a sign of goodwill, like, I want to work with you. Come on, let's be allies. Let's work together. I know we have personal history outside of the game, but I think we could go far together, and I want to work with you. Which was smart on her part, even though I was kind of like, what the heck, she did that? But it was smart in a way because she was the next one out, right? So Yule, Nick, and Wendell were a 3-person strong alliance, and that leaves Michelle on the outs. And she was in a close alliance with Parvati, and Parvati just went home. So she was kind of like, what can I do? She tried to kind of like form a wedge, right? Look for a crack, try to build in that, and she can build on a previous close relationship she had with him. She kind of knows how to communicate with him. Seems to be some sexual tension there, if you ask me. So it's like, okay, let me give you this fire token. So then I thought Yul did something pretty masterful, but then I realized that maybe not so masterful, where he basically saw the awkward conversations between them. Like, Wendell was like, oh, thank you so much for, like, schooling me on how I should act at tribal council to Michelle. And she's like, I'm not trying to school you. Like, I'm just saying, like, it was kind of awkward, the conversation between you and Parvati. Like, it was just, we all just felt weird about it, you know? And Yul had the same conversation with Wendell, and he was like, yeah, much respect, man. I totally get it. I feel you. Like, it was a very different energy. So Yul talked about that to Michelle. He said, you know, I felt like he was very passive-aggressive with you. He wasn't very respectful. I had the same conversation with him. It went very differently. He treated me much better than he treated you. I don't really love the way he treats you. I kind of didn't love that. I don't really love Wendell that much. He's not really a nice person, basically, which I thought was smart because now Yul has Michelle to potentially work with as well. And we'll talk about how that worked out for him at the end of the episode. So then we go to Edge of Extinction again. The thumb comment. What thumb comment? Oh, if I can't sleep. Oh my God! Hide my thumbs. I did not see that. Oh my God, crazy. Sorry, the race guy was still commenting. You have to be like, oh, I read that. Australia just rejected lockdown measures. Really? What, Danzel? Is that true? Are you in Australia? Good to see you again. Amber, is that you? Are you talking about Amber? Hi, Joe. I dare you to go up to strangers in Walmart and say, cash me outside. How about that? I always bring sexy back, though. Wendell is a player. I think Michelle and Wendell's tension is all fake and they're tight as hell. I'm good, Jay. How are you? I don't know. I mean, Michelle talks about it in her, like, private confessionals just with the producers, like, that he broke her trust and, you know, that the relationship basically wasn't a great one, but I don't know. Maybe it's fake. Good insight there. So they go back to Edge of Extinction. It looks like Ethan's about to quit. You're like, oh my God, is someone else about to quit? Because there's this, nobody wants to be the first one to do something, but once someone is the first person to do something, it makes it a lot easier to do it. So it's like, okay, Sandra just quit, so Ethan's now like, oh, like that was so easy, she just quit. She gave this great reasoning behind it, and then she just left, and it sucks here. And he's talking about how he's worried that he might be allowing the cancer to grow back in his body, and he's really stressed, and you know, he's not eating, and you know, and Parvati's giving, I loved to Parvati's positive attitude. She's like, well, it'd probably be good for you to focus on some more positive things than that, and fasting is actually really good for the body, it's really good for your health. She was just being so supportive, encouraging, and so positive, which is hard to do in that type of a situation where you're basically starving and, you know, being exposed to the elements, and you can't trust anyone around you, and you've already been voted off, and like, you know, it's tough. It's really tough. And she was telling him, you know, oh, just think about how awesome it's going to be when we're done. Like, we've finished, and it's just such a great feeling. And Ethan was like, yeah, I can't wait to feel that. So it's so much better to get there and not have quit than it is to have quit. Obviously. Okay. Forgot what I was saying there for a second. So that was really cool. I loved that so much. Then they get a challenge, right? So Ethan goes, he's walking up to the sale, and you see him walking up, and you're like, no, he's gonna quit, but then he's just picking up the assignment for the fire tokens for the day. So there's all these little scrolls. They each get one scroll. They have to read them together, and it basically says there's 4 fire tokens hidden at the top of the mountain. Whoever gets them first gets to keep them. So they all are like, okay, so we're just gonna go, game on, and then like, boom, Boston Rob, Natalie, they're like, go, they go. Rob's faster than everyone else. Tyson's like, okay, well, you know, what did he say about Rob? He's like, he's a bit of a portly fellow, so I knew that I could catch up on him if I needed to. And Tyson's like 6'5". I mean, his steps are like massive, right? So he goes up to this little clearing. He finds one just laying basically right on the ground. He gets one. He tells everyone about it. He's showing them what it looks like and everything. Don't totally understand that strategy. And Rob's going like, who else got one? Who has them? Like, they couldn't find him anywhere. And Rob's like, who has it? And they're like, oh, maybe we should frisk everyone down. Rob like pulls his shorts right down so people can frisk him and all this stuff. He's asking his wife, you didn't find any? You don't have any? And she's like, no, dude, like, I would tell you. I'm your freaking wife. What? Come to find out, he's acting this way because he has all 3 of them. He found one, then he found another one, then he found another one. He found all 3. Nobody saw him find any of them. He got 3 out of 4. Tyson got another one. This is the second one that Tyson found. Last time Tyson spent his on peanut butter. So we'll see what happens with these ones. So now, oh, I forgot to put my tracking down for how many fire tokens everyone has now. We'll do that part at the end. Let me just make myself a note so I don't forget. I like to keep track of where everyone stands in the survivor economy with this season with the fire tokens, which has never before been in the game. He's a genius. Read it, it's in the Revelations. Biblical, the fourth horseman. Sandra left the whole game, though. Yeah, that's true. The placebo effect, it's amazing. I've read Revelation before, but okay. So, oh yeah, and Tyson said, yeah, I found one because I'm amazing. First he tells Rob and Natalie, then he tells everybody else. Rob got 3 of them, which was just so fun to see him just be a beast like that. And like, he's just a lot less strategic and like mastermind Rob father style and energy on the Edge of Extinction. So I think I like him better that way, where he's confident and he's just so good at the game. He's just so good. You just can't deny it. It's just so awesome. So I take back everything I said about him from this season. I don't take it back, but I just really enjoyed watching him last night. He's always been my favorite player, but this season I just really didn't like watching him. I just wasn't really enjoying his strategy, and I didn't think it was working well for him. I realized he didn't have a whole lot of options, but it's more fun to see him here just like beast in it with the fire tokens, which means he now has enough fire tokens to get an advantage in the challenge to get back into the game. And remember, Natalie's been on the Edge of Extinction longer than anyone else, so she's been starving and exposed to these really harsh conditions longer than anyone else on Edge of Extinction. So even though she's a CrossFit trainer and she is like a powerful, amazing woman, she's gonna have that disadvantage. But she can get, at this point, she can get all three of the advantages in the challenge. So you can get up to 3 advantages, and now Rob can as well. So that's going to be a battle of all battles between Rob and Natalie in that challenge. You like learning? Cool, me too. Hey, Victoria. I'm actually registering for some classes to start my bachelor's degree. Actually, I already signed up for one, which is a social problems class, which is like a sociology class. I've taken Sociology 101 and Sociology of the Family, so another sociology-related course, but I'm going to be signing up for some new ones. I think cultural geography, abnormal psychology. I forget the name of this other psych classes that I'm taking, but that's psychology of scientific thinking. And then I think in the spring I'll take psychology of professors or professionals or something. I can't remember. Chris, oh my god, how are you? Chris is here all the way from Hawaii. You've been following me for a while. Yeah, I remember you, Frankie. Hashtag give me hi. Hi, Victoria. How are you, my love? Victoria's a monthly supporter of the channel. She's in my private Periscope group. So is Matt. So is Ed. Few years, love your insights. I appreciate that, Frankie. That's very kind to say. I love to see people be positive and encouraging in this time of crisis, you know? Yeah, I'm well. I feel healthy. I feel safe. I feel really good. I feel like my lung is kind of hurting today, which has been like a little bit where I'm like, oh God, it's happening. But at the same time, I think I pulled my shoulder muscle when I was playing Just Dance, and I may have or may not have drunkenly played that again last night, which may have caused me to pull a muscle in my chest as well, because I have the controller in this hand. You do a lot of stuff with it. So even though it feels like it's the same pain in the front and the back when I take a deep breath, I think it's muscular and not really my lung. But I feel very, very healthy, especially considering I drank an entire bottle of wine last night, and I'm not even that hungover. I'm a little slow today, right? I need to drink a lot of water. Let's do that now. I took a nap. Oh, back in Baltimore. Okay. Oh, did you get stuck there? I know, Midnight. You are not trash. Hillary Marie Music. Look at the homies coming back. I haven't seen you guys in such a bit. How are you? How are you doing? I love that. I love to see your faces. Then they went to I don't even know what tribe is it, the Dakal tribe, where Kim and Denise are talking about potentially working together with Jeremy. Basically, Tony's on the outs of their threesome, which I figured was going to happen. And I'm just looking at Denise and Kim, and I just had to write this down. I was like, their abs are so amazing. Because when you go on Survivor, you don't eat very much, and you lose a lot of your body fat, and a lot of these people are pretty strong. They have really good muscles. So when they lose that little bit of fat, like, they get these 6-packs, and I'm just like, damn, girls, yes, so good. All right. Busy with the day job, lost a lot of gigs. Yeah, so gig workers, thank you for coming in here, Hillary. That's another person that now qualifies for unemployment insurance as long as the bill passes in the House tomorrow. The list on the left, these are the people who've supported the channel on the website over the last 30 days. Hey, I wouldn't say stuck, but okay. I'm trying to stay as safe as possible considering I have that compromised immune system. Yeah, absolutely. Good. That's all you can do. Midnight. Busy with your day job, so you're actually considered an essential worker, or is your state not like in full lockdown or something? I don't know what you do for your day job, but at least that's good that you haven't lost that job, for sure. So that was all good. Jeremy's making fun of Tony for running like an old man. It was fun to watch, right? The 1200, yep. Then we have Adam and Ben bickering about who has the idol. And Adam is just so, Adam's social game is struggling this season. I think the merge is really going to help him to, reconnect with Denise, and hopefully people who are a little bit, even Denise and him weren't on great terms, but Denise needs someone, so I don't know. It's I can't wait to watch next week's episode, as always. But Adam and Ben they're kind of no, do you have the idol? No, dude, I would tell you if I had the idol. Why do you keep asking me? I know you have it. So, Adam thinks that Ben and Sarah have the idol, and Sophie has it the whole time, and Sarah's you can look through all my stuff if you want. I mean, I know that you think that I have it, and it's I don't have it. Just look through everything. I don't even care. And Adam's that's not necessary. I'm not going to do that. So now Adam's trying to do damage control, as always, because he kind of blew up his own spot, but he didn't really need to worry about anything because they did not lose the immunity challenge. Anonymous gave $300. He's a fan. Who? 300? Is there a 300 person? Yeah, maybe 300? No, 200. No, all those anonymous people are separate people. So one person gave 200, one person gave 100, and one person gave 100. Actually started a large mural on a wall at my folks' house in the basement. Corin hobby. Nice. Yeah, I saw a girl doing a broadcast called Corin Stream. I was oh, that's a good one. Trucks are essential. I do accounting in the trucking industry. Oh, nice. So can you do that from home? Can I say, what a good loaf of hair? Loaf? You can definitely say that. That's the best thing I've heard all day. What a nice loaf of hair you have. Thank you. My hair is always bothering me, and I touch my hair way too much. I need an acting coach or something to kind of teach me how to stop touching my hair all the time. Every time I look at myself, I go, oh my god, my hair is so crazy. Maybe I just need to do my hair nicer. I don't know. I'm not very good at these kinds of things about looking nice. I just kind of do my best. Like a loaf of bread, right? Don't mute him Midnight. He just said loaf of bread. It's no big deal. Some of the work can be done from home, but mostly in the office. Damn, I wonder why. Skull cap. What now? All right. So we have, it was just funny that Adam's so convinced that they have it, and really Sophie has it the whole time. That makes me think maybe Adam has some type of connection with Sophie, or she's just a better liar than the other ones or something. I don't know. Who knows? You're going to Kundalini Yoga School next year. I do want to ask for Survivor fans out there. I'm going to read the comment. I didn't fully process what I just read, but do you think that Ben knows that Sophie has the idol? Because I don't remember seeing that part. Does Ben know that Sophie has it? I don't feel like he does, right? Sophie and Sarah are a tight alliance, and I know they like Ben, and Ben likes them, but I don't think he knows that they actually have the idol. Gonna get back to doing some art. Oh, okay, thank you. Stay away from the wine. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not gonna have wine today. I'm going to Kundalini Yoga School next year. Yes, I did read that, and I didn't process it. That's awesome. I'm so happy to become a teacher. It looks so loafy. Okay, that was too much. That was like a smashed loaf. Okay, I'm hungry, guys. Stop talking about food. I don't know if you guys are talking about food. I just feel hungry. All right. So then we get to the immunity challenge, and Yara friggin' killed it. It was so beautiful. So this big, heavy wooden saucer, you had to all walk it over as a tribe, fill it up with water by pulling this rope. A bucket dumps down and fills it up with water. And you have to walk on these balance beams with the thing, try not to spill any of the water out. There's 3 balance beams, I think, and there's 4 people on each tribe, I believe, and they're all they're carrying this big, heavy, crazy thing, and on the balance beams, and they go over, and then they have to pour the water into a bucket that it's on a lever, and once it's filled enough, it releases your puzzle pieces, and then you do a puzzle. So we all know Sophie is the master of puzzles already, and her tribe decides to take a very slow, methodical approach with the water, which worked perfectly. It was 100%. A+ performance from this tribe. Even Adam, I was really impressed with Adam because he's kind of a little dude. He looks like kind of a little dude, but he was holding that thing and he was keeping it so steady and he was going backwards on the balance beam. And I was like, yes, Adam, because he's kind of like on the bottom of his tribe. But I was very impressed with him. So they go super slow. The other tribes like already pouring their water and they're still on the balance beams, like ever so slowly walking, like not gonna spill a single drop, just come on, we got this. Slow, slow, slow. They go, they fill the water up, they don't need to make a second trip, their puzzle pieces drop. Both other tribes, Sele and Dakal, both had to go back and fill their water up again because they moved a lot quicker and a lot more water was spilling around, and they had to take 2 trips to get their pieces, and it was 2 tribes that won immunity, and Sele was the tribe that did not. So what ended up happening was it was Sophie and Ben. They nailed it. Sophie again's the puzzle queen. And then we have Denise and Jeremy versus Michelle and Wendell. So they were very, very close, very close. So Michelle and Wendell actually started a little bit after Denise and Jeremy, but they caught up quickly and it was going well. But Wendell was like, come on, Probst, like we need you over here. We're almost done, even though they still had several pieces. And I think Michelle was like, don't worry about him. He's like, well, I need him over here. I need his attention. And it was just like, he was very distracted by Jeff, which we've seen happen in a previous challenge where he was like, watch this, Jeff. And then he dropped the ball and lost the challenge for his tribe. And it was just pissed off everyone on their tribe because he was basically, they could see him as like the reason that they lost, right? He's talking a bunch of smack and then he loses. And that's like a pattern now that he does. So, and even when they went to tribal council, he comes in and he says, Probst, that smirk, like, I just can't with you. He's just something with Jeff. I don't know. I feel like it's somewhat disrespectful to call somebody Probst. Like, it's just an interesting kind of like attitude that he has. I don't love it. No one else loves it. But the reality is that you want someone like that sitting next to you in the final 3. So that works to his advantage because people aren't going to want to vote for that guy. That guy's annoying everyone. He's not very well spoken. He basically puts his foot into his mouth repeatedly, makes everybody uncomfortable. And that's exactly who you want sitting next to you, trying to make their case to the jury next to you, where you can be like, you don't want to give it to that guy, you want to give it to me. So strategically, it made sense, even though they were all annoyed with him and they wanted to vote him out, it makes sense to keep him because you can win against him in the end. And that's how you have to play the game of Survivor. You have to play it strategically. Am I obsessed with this show? I enjoy the show. I'm not obsessed with it. I watch it once a week when it's on, and then I talk about it on here. Bonjour, Takia. Selfish survival of the fittest. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's the sole survivor, right? One person wins $1 million. In this season, it's $2 million. A teacher. So excited. I'm excited for you, Hillary. It's so great. It's so, so, so great. French bread with that hair, madam. Like a loaf of pizza. Can we play Family Feud? I don't think I'm going to do Family Feud tonight. It looks so loafy. Okay, I read that. It'd be nice if you could talk about other things. Are you serious right now, Frankie? I talk about so many other things on this channel. You said you've been following me for years. I talk about Survivor once a week. So if you can't handle it, I don't know, man. I can't solve that problem for you. It's in your control. Okay. So this broadcast, if you didn't read the title, maybe you just saw my face, you're like, I love Taylor, I'm going to go in there. Thank you. It's very kind of you, Frankie, but read the title. This is a Survivor episode recap. So I've digressed about a lot of other things, but we are going to talk about the show, okay? We're getting to the end, so just sit tight. Hey, Chip. So everyone's like, all right, we're going to vote for Wendell. Now, this is a problem because it was Yul, Nick, and Wendell as a strong 3. They should have been voting Michelle off. That is where Yul made the mistake. He decided Wendell was bothering him, basically, and he would rather work with Michelle. Maybe he thought he had a better chance to win against Michelle. I don't know strategically exactly what he was thinking, but I think it was almost more an emotional thing, like human connection. Like, he's just like, I'd rather work with Michelle, I'd rather her win than Wendell. Don't particularly care for that guy. So he starts saying, okay, well, we'll vote for Wendell with Michelle, and then Nick doesn't like that, of course, because Nick's like, oh, he's turning on us, right? So we're a strong 3. Now now Yul wants to vote for Wendell, so that's not good for me. Like, he wants to basically stab our alliance in the back. It could easily be me, if it's Wendell, it could be me. Like, he didn't like that, right? Nick's like a southern boy, right? He's Kentucky, I want to say. It's like gentleman, loyalty, like honesty. These things are values of his. So Yule played that wrong. And he was also being very strategic, very intellectually strategic. So the way he was talking and presenting what he thought would be the best strategy was great for me. I was like, oh, I would love to be on Survivor and work with Yule. Like, that would be so fun. Except he'd kick my butt, but who cares? It would just be fun to, like, have a conversation with him about Survivor or anything else. But these people on this tribe aren't necessarily, like they don't... I mean, Nick is a lawyer, I believe, but they just didn't seem to be, like... They didn't really like that. But the reality is, too, that Yule is the biggest threat left on the tribe. Nick, Michelle, Wendell, they all stand a better chance of winning against each other than they do against Yule. So it was smart to go for Yule. And I get that, right? So I wanted Yule to win. I think Yule was a master of strategy. He was doing so well. And I really think his mistake was turning on Wendell, which caused Wendell to turn on him. So now Wendell is voting for Yule, Yule's voting for Wendell, and now Michelle and Nick have the power. And Nick doesn't like that Yule's turning on his own, so he votes for Yule. Plus, probably strategically, they know he's a bigger threat. And Michelle's like, I gave this guy my fire token. I don't want to vote for him because I'm never going to get it back. If he gets voted out, he's not going to give me that fire token back. So it went like this. Boom. Yule Kwan, the last old school player of the season, was voted out last night, which was very sad, but also very smart for Wendell. This is Wendell. This is Michelle. These two used to date. These two had a hand in voting him out, as well as... Hang on, let me take the X down while I scroll about. As well as Nick Wilson here. So let's look at... I'm just curious, how many people are gone now? So we have Ethan on Edge of Extinction. So let's say we have Ethan. I'm going to count. Parvati, Rob, Amber. That's 4. Now Yule, which is 5. Sandra, 6. And then all 3 of these at the top. Danny, Tyson, and Natalie. So 9 people. 9 people have been voted out. 8 are left on Edge of Extinction since Sandra quits. And now... Oh, and Yule gave his fire tokens, 1 to Sophie and 1 to Sarah, which was interesting to me because I knew he had the alliance with Sophie from his previous tribe, but Sarah wasn't on his previous tribe. So is it because he sees Sophie and Sarah working together? I don't understand why he wouldn't give it just to Sophie. Or was Sarah part of that? Was Sarah on that? Were they on the same tribe together? Yeah, I guess they were. I just felt like he was closer with Sophie than Sarah. It seemed that way to me. But I guess maybe, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. What's your superfan rank? I can't tell when I am actually live. Actually, I can. You do realize those are fake fictional pictures? Those are actual pictures of the actual people. Are you high right now? I do study psychology, yeah. Michelle looks hot. Is fire token a euphemism? No, they're actual little tokens. They call fire tokens. They're like a form of currency on the island. I'm confused as to whether we should be talking about more important things. Remember, Frankie, no one's holding the gun to your head to be here, bro. You can go away. Like, you can go talk about whatever you want to talk about with whoever you want to talk about it with. You're breaking my balls, man. What number are you? Victoria is... I did check it. I believe you're number 3 right now, Victoria. 3 or 4. I think 3, though. What did I survive? I mean, everything in my life up until this point. I actually can check superfan rank. Sorry, I'm like, can't think about all these things at once. Let me just leave the broadcast real quick where I won't be able to see your comments, which right now I'm probably okay with. Because some of you be hating. All right, Victoria is number 4. Midnight, you're number 8. So it is Rhodey number 1, Earl number 2, Laura number 3, Victoria number 4, Michael Joseph Murray number 5, Ed number 6, Matthew Gold number 7, Midnight number 8, Sonam number 9, and Brent number 10. Let me come back to the broadcast now so I can see your comments. All right. Okay. Perfecto. 4. You're 4, Victoria. All right, now let's add up our fire token tally. And then this broadcast will be done. And Frankie will be relieved. How are you, number 8? I don't know. What do you mean? All right, so let's see. What was our list from last episode? Episode 6. I'm on YouTube as well, yeah. Quick on the draw. Okay, so we had Parvati with 0. Okay, so let's try to put the top people on top. So we had, oh my god, there was so much switching last night. Okay, so here, let me fold this paper in half. Here we go. So episode 7, we had Parvati. I'm just going to write the same ones as before. 0. Natalie. 4. Nick. 2. Denise. 1. Tyson had 1, but then bought peanut butter. Wait, did I even write that down? I think I didn't add that because... Yeah, he bought peanut butter. But he also sold... Oh, he got it because he sold something to Parvati. Oh, right. He didn't find a fire token. He found he found the idol nullifier that he sold to Parvati. Okay, does Parvati still have that, by the way? I assume she still has that. Okay, so he has none now because he bought the peanut butter with it. And then Sandra's not in the game anymore, so she's not in here. She did give her fire token to Yule, so he had 2, but that did not work out to his advantage. All right, Sarah has 0. Rob had 0, but then he found 3 this game, so now he has 3 total. Michelle had 4, but she gave 1 to Wendell, so now she has 3. Yule had 2, and then -2, Sarah and Sophie. Oh yeah, so Sarah now has +1, and then Sophie had 0. She had 1 +1 from Yule, so now she has 2. 0. Okay. Am I missing? Oh, and then Tyson found 1. That's everything, right? Yeah, that was everything. Okay. So we have, here's the update. Natalie is back to being the richest person in the entire game. So she's on Edge of Extinction. She has 4 tokens, all of which she earned while on her time on Edge of Extinction. Parvati at one point had 4, same as her, but she got voted out, gave all her tokens to Michelle. Michelle gave one of those tokens to Wendell, so now she only has 3. So the richest person is Natalie. Let's number them. And then we have 2 people tied for second place, which is Rob and Michelle, both with 3 tokens. And then Nick and Sophie both have 2 tokens. Parvati and Yule have 0 tokens, the most recently voted out members of Edge of Extinction, and everyone else has 1 token, just like in the beginning. So there we have it. That is your Survivor Season 40, Winners at War, Episode 7. We are in the majors recap broadcast. I do this every single week. Every other week I also watch Survivor live with you guys like we did last night with a little bit of wine. I don't usually have wine with it when I don't have the kids. So next week I'll have the kids, so I won't be doing watch along live, but I will be doing my recap here on YouTube and Periscope, so check that out. Remember, I do go live on Periscope every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day, so feel free to follow. Do I need to borrow a calculator? No, I'm good, Santa, but thank you. So good to see you. Quick question, where are you from? I'm from upstate New York. It took me 3 years of constant viewing to be number 4. He's about to get salty again. You feel it, Chloe? You feel it coming? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Midnight. He's gonna get so salty and he's gonna cry. Hey, Rhodey is a Martian, okay? He's out of this world. Midnight. Oh my god. What are the ranking numbers? The ranking numbers for super fans? Is that what you mean? We were talking about super fans. Don't lie. You loved it. You loved every second of that song. Okay. So I have, I think, like another hour and 10 minutes of content to do. I feel like that's a little bit long for ASMR, but some people said they did want ASMR tonight. So I'm going to do some ASMR. And add your new favorite scoper. What happened to Wolf Puppy? And, oh, I took a deep breath. It hurts. I haven't done ASMR in so long. I'm like, do I even know how to do ASMR anymore? We're going to try it. We're going to try it. We got the rain stick. We got the Grim Fairy Tales. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Do I have my headphones? I do. Okay. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to be live with ASMR in just a few minutes. Hope to see you on the next juice. Hope you enjoyed this recap of Season 40, Episode 7, Survivor, We're in the Majors, Winners at War. Stay tuned for next week's episode where, next week is the merge. So I was like, yo, you were so freaking close to the merge. Why couldn't you just stick with Wendell, even though he's annoying? And it just didn't work out that way. It just did not work out that way. He missed the merge by one stinking episode. But yeah, the merge is next week. So stay tuned to see what I think about the merge and how everything goes and who wins the first individual immunity of the season and who is the first person to be voted out after the merge. I could ASMR Pantera song lyrics. I could do that. I definitely could do that. It might happen. Only one way to find out. Stay tuned. This has been A Moment in Time with Taylor. I hope to see you guys on the next juice.